I think it's the responsibility and opportunity of businesses to make a difference in their community. And the way we've done that at OPX, particularly this year, was to celebrate our 25th anniversary in business, which is today, by the way. We decided that we were going to do 25 acts of community responsibility. So we collectively got together and said, we're only 50 people. So if we're going to do 25 things, we're going to all have to work together to do this. We've planted trees, we've cleaned up parks, we've swabbed our cheeks for bone marrow. We've done these amazing group of things.
I think a heroine is someone who tries to do a lot and tries to do everything that they can do. For example, volunteer. If you have kids and you have a career, it's tough to do other things. There's just not enough hours in the day. So to me, a heroine is someone who does everything that they can do, tries to make life good for them, for their family, and even for friends and coworkers and just anybody that they can.
And then later, when I came to the Pentagon, I was seated next to a deaf worker, and I was trying to create some way that we could make her part of the team. And so I said, well, we need sign language classes. I'd like to speak to her. We've got to have some way that she can interact with a customer. And I took some of my thoughts and my experiences and my knowledge of how I brought technology in to reduce the barriers for somebody who had a disabling disease. So I wanted to bring in tablet PCs and text-to-voice and voice-to-text. And I brought that into the Pentagon. At the time when it was all wireless, oh my gosh, we're going to tap into network, this is terrible. But it took a while, and I asked some very direct questions and wrote some very poignant point papers and letters, and we now have it. We got sign language in, and she's a vibrant member of the team.
So I'm still a volunteer with Child Help, but since then I've also been on the board of the Aurora House Girls Home, which is for middle school girls and high school girls who are getting a little bit off track, and we want to teach them the responsibility and skills to stay on track, pursue a higher education, be a part of the workforce, which was a terrific position to be in. We had girls where they were flunking out of school, and by the end they were applying for scholarships from us, so it was just amazing. But presently, the reason that I am working with the school board in the City of Falls Churches was I wanted to affect more kids. Affecting one kid at a time at Child Help was terrific. Affecting 8 or 12 girls through Aurora House was even better. But with a couple thousand kids in our school system that at least I can help to make a difference for them, that's really important to me.
It's not the process of creating a website that I'm most proud of. It's that for some reason I was able to take a really challenging situation of living with epilepsy and watching my son go through brain surgery and all of the emotion and everything that comes along with that. And I was able to take all of that and turn it into something good. We originally created Seizure Tracker just to manage our own information because we just had way too much to keep track of in terms of like a jumble of notes and highlighted codes to track seizure activity and medications. We needed a way to organize it all. And after it was created, I looked at it and said, wow, this can be a great tool for a lot of people.
Dwelling Place is a charity that the Angels Network supported for the first time this year. It's a very small facility located in Maryland, and it's got a very small budget, under $250,000. Can you imagine running a facility for a number of women, providing housing and support and services for job training when you have a budget that small? So the Angels Network has focused its charitable giving on the smallest, the most in need, the charities in Maryland, Virginia, and DC that really will make use of the funds that we provide and where it really makes a difference.
My youngest daughter, 6 years ago, had open heart surgery, and the surgery was performed at Inova Fairfax Hospital for Children. Not only did I see the care and the way that the hospital gave attention to children as part of their children's hospital, as part of the Child Life program, which is where our funding goes directly through the hospital, when I took my daughter into the Child Life room, the playroom, as part of her recovery, I was able to see the equipment and toys and some of the new technology that our tournament, the funds from our tournament, had helped to purchase as a result of that. So it was a rewarding experience and something I'll never forget. And
I got connected into clown ministry. My daughter was 6, and so we took these 8 little girls and they developed their own costumes and their own identities and their own little skits, and they started going down to children's hospitals several times a year. And what we learned, or what I learned, is that little children aren't afraid of little clowns. There were big clowns, so I gave up my costume, but for the kids it's just been great. And they learned a lot as well. It was fun to see the compassion and what they learned serving those children in the hospital and making them laugh, the patients that they had in the hospital, and then a lot of the parents to see the joy that was brought to them because someone would take time on a Sunday afternoon to come down just to make their children smile.
It's what happens every day that really makes a difference. It's what we're teaching our children. Girls are watching, boys are watching, so we need to make sure that every day, to the best of our ability, we're setting the right example. So I do my best to set a proper example by way of what I do. So if I can show a single kid, male or female, that it's okay for girls to be techo geeks, that it's okay for women to get involved in things where they're normally not, it's hopefully going to inspire somebody else to feel more comfortable and confident. It's hopefully going to inspire boys as well to realize that women can do just about anything, just as men can.
That with the background that I had and with the skills that I possess and the knowledge that I have, I could really impact our community by joining City Council. And I was elected in 2000 and re-elected in 2004. And in 2006, the council decided that I would serve them best as mayor of the community. So if you don't have heroines, you really lose the opportunity for younger people to look up and say, this is something that I can achieve, that I can not only have a job in information technology, but also utilize that to serve the larger community and still be able to do that and do both successfully and be able to feel like not only am I doing my job, but I'm doing work that is good for my heart and good for the larger community.
One of the things that I have been so amazed at is that I think there is joy in giving back that is found no place else. And so to me, altruism is something that gives me great joy. C.S. Lewis said that those who constantly and seriously seek joy will never fail to miss it. And one of the places that I think is a great place to seek joy is in giving back, not to your family or out of duty, but just because you want to. And so the more, for me, that I get involved in giving back, the more I get from it, and the more I want to do it again.